run a one-on-one like a leader, not a manager. Part 3. Number 1 is to dig into what's driving or draining them. All right, don't just ask what they're doing. No, how do they feel about it? You know, part of my 3-layer Spark leadership questions is that first feedback question, right? It's a feeling question. So it's like, okay, how do you feel about the impact that you're making in your role right now? Or how do you feel about your workload and how can I support you? I can't lead someone if I don't know what frustrates or what fuels them. Simon Sinek says, you know, people don't get burned out by hard work. No, they get burned out by work that doesn't matter to them. At LinkedIn, the managers do this green, yellow, red check-in at the beginning of their one-on-ones, and it's just a pulse check. So I can ask, you know, what's been fueling you lately? Or, you know, what's draining you right now? Are you feeling more energized or exhausted at work right now? Or one of my favorites is, if you could spend more time doing one part of your job, what would it be? Love that one. Number 2 is to leave with a stretch assignment, right? And don't just wait for them to ask for it, right? Challenge them to stretch just outside of their comfort zone, right? Life begins at the end of our comfort zone. I think of Google's 20% time. That's where, you know, Gmail and Hangouts came from. You know, they pushed the boundaries of what they thought was possible. As leaders, we're not just building employees to do tasks. No, we're growing leaders to take on challenges and think through problems and make decisions. So we can start a conversation like, you know, I can tell that you're ready for more. Right? What's one thing that you haven't tried yet? Or I'd like you to lead this next project. So just let me know what you need from me to get started, but you own it. Number 3 is to close with public praise. Right? This one-on-one is not just going to end with no action. No, there's going to be momentum coming out of this. We want them to walk away with pride, with some visibility. Yeah, I talk about it all the time, but catching people doing something right. The 1-minute manager from Ken Blanchard. Think about Zappos. They're using Bonusly to give shout outs for the type of behavior that they want to see over and over again, whether it's company values, behavior, maybe it's performance, cross-functional collaboration, whatever it is, make it public. So in that one-on-one, you can say, look, I just gave you a shout out here on Slack or Lattice or whatever it is, because look, your leadership really showed up this week. Or, you know, your work really stood out in that executive meeting, and I let them know, and I'll continue to do that for you. Keep it up. Right? This is not a time to just check a box like a manager. No, this is a time to lean in, to check in, to build a relationship. Because look, leadership is not about a title. Right? We're humans here. We're connected.